Let's see, yeah, we're going. Alright, now, as all y'all already know, City Marshal came out here, was harassing me on New Year's Day. And the fact is that the City Marshal was in fact at my house in an illegal capacity that day. Fact is that City Marshal overstepped the boundaries of the authority that's granted him by the office in which he holds. Because he wanted to show me that he has the authority over me and that I have to jump when he says jump, I need to ask how high. This is why he did what he did. I could prove this under the written law itself. Under the written ordinance in which the supervisor, that's another thing, this is the problem with our policing today. When a young deputy or young officer steps out of line and is doing a citizen wrong and harassing that citizen just because he can, rather than correcting this young officer or correcting this young deputy, our supervisors want to chastise the homeowner or the civilian. Well, I want y'all to read, go look it up, Galveston City Municipal Ordinance, okay? Chapter 20, Section 15, subsection A, what reads? It is unlawful for any person to intentionally cause, suffer, or permit the maintenance of an attractive environment for the assembly of a congregation of unconfined and unlicensed stray cats, dogs, by the placement of dog food or cat food. For purposes in this section, the congregation of unconfirmed and unlicensed stray cats, dogs means any 4 or more. Y'all have seen at least 15 videos since that day. Every one of them videos, how many cats or dogs do you see hanging out at my house? 1. There's only 1 cat that stays here because when I feed that cat, I got to stand there and guard that cat and make sure it gets to eat. Perhaps that's why none of the other animals will stay here and hang around my house, because I do not let them eat here at my house. I do not, because I do not want them here. The one that I feed, the only reason why I feed it is because it lives under my house. And when I started feeding it was because it was being beat up and not being allowed to eat. I was watching. Anytime I'd see that cat try to eat, I'd put food, I'd let it eat. I'd see other cats come, no. I kicked them away and let that 1 cat eat. Same with the dogs. Yeah, because if I didn't, that 1 cat would be starving to death, and that 1 cat was killing birds around my house, and I haven't had that since I've been feeding it. There's several reasons why I feed that 1 cat, but I started feeding it, and under the law now it belongs to me, and I have to feed it if I do not. Now, under the Galveston Municipal Ordinance, that's another thing. They got actually 2 of them. They got Chapter 20, verse 15, or Chapter 20, Section 15, subsection A, and they got Section 7, Chapter 7, subsection 46, congregation of unconfined and unlicensed stray cats and dogs, which reads the same as the other, and it has to be 4 or more. Now, on this particular day, this deputy was here. He didn't see none. He might have seen the 1 sitting on the sidewalk waiting to eat, but he didn't see no more than the 1. He had no evidence of 4 or more. He already knew. See, I didn't know this ordinance, but he did. But he wanted to use my ignorance of the law to harass me and to commit the offense of official oppression like he did. I've already explained how he did. Now that's the actual city ordinance. The Galveston City Ordinance is Chapter 20, Section 15, subsection A, but their entire city ordinance for littering is Chapter 20, or anything to do with pets, and Chapter 7, Section 46, under the animal control. Now, the Texas Penal Code, cruelty for animals, see, under the Galveston Ordinance, which was adopted back in 2015, it's out of date, it's no longer relevant. It is irrelevant and cannot be enforced because it is in direct conflict with Texas state law under Chapter 42, subsection .092. Right there, cruelty to non-stock animals. An animal means any domesticated living creature, including any stray or feral cat. It's written right in the law. Any stray or feral cat that's in my custody or my control, meaning it's living at my house. It's living at my house. I have to feed it under state law. If I do not feed it under state law, it is a Class A misdemeanor. But if I do feed it under the city ordinance, it's a Class C misdemeanor. They're allowed to make this city ordinance only if it's not in direct conflict with state law, and this or any ordinance is in direct conflict with state laws, so no matter what, they can't even enforce it. But the officer that was at my house in the beginning on January 1st, because it says 4 or more, even if it was enforceable, he illegally wrote me that ticket because he knew there was no evidence of 4 or more. Before you could charge me, you got to have evidence, baby. You have illegally charged me with something that I haven't even done, that even after you charged me, y'all have conducted a full investigation, and you know now there is only one. So you charged me for a crime with no evidence, only with a suspicion, only with the probable cause. You had the probable cause because you had a suspicion that was corroborated by fact or circumstances. But once you conducted your investigation in the field, even if it was with anger, you should have said, you know what? I'm sorry for the inconvenience. You have your good day. And like I told you, you could have called me anything you want. But you cannot overstep the boundaries of the authority that's been granted you by the office in which you hold, which constitutes the offense of official pressing. Now, I'm mad. I expect these charges to be dismissed. They should be dismissed by mail. I should get a letter in the mail telling me sorry for the inconvenience. You don't even need to come to court again. Maybe then I might let it go.